Guys, my name is Saurabh, and in this video we will talk about awake and start function. So I will be discussing the difference between awake and start and what is the performance difference between them, and which when we should use awake and when we should use start. Okay, so let's start by making a script first. So I'm making a script and naming it awake and start. Okay, now I will open the script. I've opened the script in the Visual Studio Code, and let me write the awake function. This is how you write awake function, and here you will be writing all the code. Okay, so the awake function is called on all objects in the scene before any object's start function is called. Okay, so before any object's start function is called, awake will be called first, and then the start, and then the update. And the other difference between awake and start is awake would be called regardless whether the script is enabled or not, but a start function will only be called when the script is enabled. Okay, now let's say you might be wondering that why when should we use awake and when should we use start. So let's say I have two objects, A and B. Okay, so the code in A, the initialization of the code in A depends on the initialization of code in B. Then as code A depends on code B, that's why we should write code B in awake of the object B. The code written in the object B should be written in awake, while the code for A should be written in start, because the awake function is called. So the code written in the awake function will be called first. That's why the variables, whatever the variables written in the B, will get initialized, and then we can use that variables in A. Okay, in the code which will be written. Okay, so let me give you an example. What what was what I mean by awake is called first and start is called later. So I will write debug.log, and then I will write it's called in awake function, and then here I will write debug.log it's called in start function. Here you go. I will save the script, go to the queue, and then attach the script. Now go to the console and now play the game. Now as you can see, it's called in awake function. This line is printed first and then the start function. Now another thing to notice, I will clear the console and will disable the script. Okay, now I will play the game, and you can see awake function is called regardless of whether the script is enabled or not, and the start function is not called because the script is not enabled. Another thing, if I want to initialize some variables, and I don't want the variables to be initialized when the script is not enabled. Okay, so if I write those variables, initialize those variables in awake, then those variables will be initialized regardless whether the script is enabled or not. So if I have so many objects and in all the scripts awake function will be called and the variables will be initialized, this will be affecting the performance, and we will be initializing the variables which we don't need. So it's pet is enabled or not, then it's better to write those variables, initialize those variables in start. So this is all about awake and start.